All right, y'all. So I want to welcome you guys to Royalty Kings and Queens radio show on WMQG Radio / Artist Network Radio. Make sure that you guys tune in www.mixmafiaradio.com every Monday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. And also make sure y'all check out tonight as well, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Talking about love, relationships, pretty much everything under the sun. Pretty much we've been having previous kids on our show. Just to spotlight my fashion show that's coming up October 24th, 2020. So most definitely we've been having nothing but great guests on our show. I'm gonna tell y'all that. And they've been bringing nothing but motivation, inspiration, a little bit of everything. But today we got Fleetwood in the building, y'all. How you doing, sir?
Man, I better not complain. How you doing, boss man?
Good.
Yes, sir. You know, I can't complain. I woke up on this side of the fence.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
Good, you know?
Yes, sir. I want to start off by saying happy birthday to you.
Hey, man, thank you. Man, they said I wasn't going to see 21.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I done more than double up on them, so it's good.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so let the people know how you got started in the industry and what you're looking forward to doing in the next 5 or 10 years with the organization you have.
Well, I got started in the music industry pretty much being in juvenile hall trying to remain sane. You know, they closed the door and they wouldn't let me out.
Mm-hmm.
And I started tearing pages out of some of the books I was reading. I started writing poems.
Okay.
And it was my way of remaining sane, you know.
Exactly.
And when I got out, you know, hip hop had emerged and I started turning my poems into hip hop poetry, you know, rap songs.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I went into that for a while. Then I went to college in Minneapolis, Minnesota for audio engineering. Started my first record label up there.
Okay.
Was with the guy, RL from Next.
Okay.
I believe the youngster, he was in my living room. I mean, it was vibing and, you know, things was good. So, you know, I've been at this thing a long time and it's just a blessing to still be at it right now and have relevancy, you know, and I came out with the image of the cotton pickers when Fantasia was on American Idol. Me and her brothers was in Greensboro, North Carolina, watching her on TV, and we did a song called Ancestors.
Okay.
And it was like, man, what y'all gonna call this, and who is this? I said, man, we the cotton pickers. And that was like almost 20-something years ago.
Right.
But, you know, Brad Jordan had told me a long time ago, my pen bleed heavy. He said, just keep making music and put it up, because your time gonna come. So right now, the Cotton Pickers, we're a coalition of artists nationwide. We use our art as a way to instill motivation, to inspire people, and to encourage people, and to keep the protests going. We're the soundtrack to the racism and injustice that's going on in America. Just like Curtis Mayfield, Aretha Franklin, Otis Redding, James Brown, during the civil rights movement, it was certain music that kept the people uplifted.
Right.
You know, it was film, black exploitation films and stuff that came out. So me as an artist, I feel as though it's my duty to keep the people pumped right now, you know, because something, you know, when George Floyd thing happened, you know, there was a lot of protests, everybody was upbeat, then it kind of slowed down, but the racism and the police brutality didn't slow down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to keep our foot on their neck. You know what I'm saying? So me as an artist, my thing is not to push hate, but to push awareness, and this is my contribution to the liberation of our people.
Absolutely. I know that you spoke of George Floyd and so many other, some other Black Americans, because it seems like we've been a target for many years and stuff. And I know right now with this whole Breonna Taylor thing, you know, it just seems like they really don't want to give people the satisfaction that they need, you know, to go forward. Simply, you know, they'll take us down in a heartbeat, but, you know, somebody white may slip off and get off easy and stuff, may not do as much time as what we just heard with the grand jury last week. So, you know, what are your thoughts on the whole Breonna Taylor?
Well, it's just, you know, blatant disrespect, and it's the hypocrisy that they have with them. How can you pay a family all these millions of dollars and then say the man didn't do nothing? You know, so it ain't nothing that they ain't never did before. This is all about how we gonna stand up and make sure they don't do it again. Some sacrifices gonna have to be made. It's just this what it is. Them people don't fear no form of repercussions of what they doing for a while. There's any type of you know, time in a prison or bodily harm. You know, I'm not saying telling nobody to go out there and kill no police or anything like that. All I'm saying is educate yourself and understand what we're against. They're gonna show us, you know, many times and times again. that they don't care nothing about us. They'll kill us blatantly in front of everybody.
Right.
But something gonna have to happen sooner or later. And it's a reason that America is on a downfall and in an uproar right now. America was built on sin. It was built by evil people.
Right.
It ain't gonna stand until they do right by black people. You pay the Jewish people, you pay the Asian people. Until you pay African Americans for 400 years of torture and disrespect, this country ain't gonna never be nothing. Because when ain't nobody looking, God is always watching. Right. And we are the original people. They cannot deny that we are the definition of perseverance. Right. We will overcome. They know that. They scared that we gonna ever get to this point or we gonna be on top. They scared because they know they ain't never face nothing that we face. They know no matter what black people face, we still keep rising. They we like Rocky. Right. Adrian. We get up with swole eyes, lip busted, bloody, like, come on, bro, you got some more? You feel me? So they scared to death of black people. They know that black cannot come from white. Exactly. They know that. They know what Africa is. They know. They know who we is. Right. If some of us don't know, but they know. Exactly. You understand what I'm saying? They scared to death of that. Right now, in my opinion, and I don't wish nothing bad on nobody, but the number one dope fiend is a suburban rich kid on them Percocets, Xanax, and all. And it's a damn shame that they are receiving and reaping what their great granddaddy and grandmama and them did to us. Exactly. You feel me saying? Yes, it ain't the little boys in the project, little girls in the project. That crack stuff is still here, but it ain't as relevant as it was. You see what I'm saying? Yes, the main thing that's going on right now is prescription pills, and it's destroying their legacy financially. Because after they get on the prescription pills and they have a prescription pill addiction, then the next thing is gonna be heroin. Exactly. And once they get on that heroin, the whole financial legacy is gone. Right. And they know this. Yep. They see it coming. You feel what I'm saying? In the financial world, up in them corporations, they don't know what to do and who they gonna leave their money to, because the trust funds are being spent on prescription pills and then on heroin. Right. They are reaping what they sold. They the one put crack cocaine in urban America. Right. They designed that stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So, our thing is just right here as cotton pickers, man, we must continue to encourage our people. Every time our children come home, we got to homeschool them. You know what I'm saying? Not just school them and keep them home, but I'm saying give them some of that ism when they come through the door. Give them all your mistakes if you can't give them nothing else. Right. Tell them about your pain. You see what I'm saying? We got to prepare our children for a prosperous future, because right now our children do not trust the OGs. They're like, why should I trust you? Y'all the ones been selling dope to my grandmama and them. Y'all the reason I went to foster care. The foster care rate went up 85% during the crack era. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Yes, so that's why, and those children that was crack babies right now are granddaddies and grandmamas to the children that's out right now. That was 1985. That was 20 years ago. You see what I'm saying? So they wonder why these kids are acting like this, because the ones that was crack babies that was in foster care and CPS had children. Right. And most of them children had children. Right. So why would you trust somebody that done sold your grandmama and your mama them dope? Right. And got you put in foster care and CPS? Right. I ain't gonna trust nobody. I ain't gonna have no love or respect for you, partner. Even though I like them big old rims, that gold chain, them girls you be with. But man, I ain't trying to hear none of that, bro. Exactly. You the reason that my family's tore up right now. Right. Partner, big baller. Right. See what I'm saying? And that's how they look at it. And they talking about what's wrong with the kids. They ain't listening, they pants and sagging. Look at here, man. Them kids has been tortured, man, and abused mentally, man. Yeah, and it wasn't anything that they asked for. Right. See what I'm saying? So my job is, when I go inside juvenile halls, first thing I say, hey man, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry to y'all, little sister, little brother, for the crack I sold in the community. Right. I just ask y'all to listen to my mistakes, and hopefully you won't make the same ones I did. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because I sat down and talked to a couple of them. They told me just what I just told you. They said, OG man, why I want to listen to you? Right. You the reason you was out here balling. Right. I was in foster care and CPS because of you. Right. And when he told me that, I was like, whoa. So, I think we as OGs, we got to understand that, man. Right. If we ever profit anything in that doing that crack ever, that was because some child was being abused because of our profits. Exactly. And we got to own up to that, man. So that's the bridge we can build back with our children of today, is just apologize to them, in my opinion. Exactly. Awesome. I noticed that on my show, heavily I've been pushing
everything about the voting, where people can vote either online, in person, absentee ballot, census to pretty much put more money back into the government and
Yes.
all that stuff. So I feel as it's really important as far as this voting thing going.
Right.
So what are your concerns?
Well, I think the voting, I think politicians are professional liars. They smile and tell you what they want you to hear. I never seen a good politician that stood still too long because it's good when somebody trying to shoot at.
Right.
People died for us to have the right to vote, so we must use that vote, what I'm saying, as a weapon.
Right.
But we must understand who we're voting for, and I think the president's cool, but I think the change starts locally.
Yeah.
You got to get at these local people, DAs, the different judges that's in your district. Control your district, control who makes decisions in your community,
Right.
and then it'll spread nationwide.
Yeah.
Trump is one thing, but what about old girl who's the DA who's been locking up everybody on the east side? You see what I'm saying? We need to get rid of her if she ain't for us. You know what I'm saying? What about the district supervisor who ain't doing nothing about the playgrounds? It's all messed up, and ain't no stop signs here and there, ain't no speed bumps in the hood.
Right.
We need to identify, in my opinion, we need to identify the wrong things in our communities, and then make the people that's supposed to be responsible for them things accountable.
Right.
And the ones who ain't, we need to find somebody that we trust, that, from us,
Exactly.
and push them into these local, positions.
Exactly.
Of political power.
Right.
That's just my opinion. And I think that'll trickle. If we can do that in each community, it'll trickle down nationwide.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Because we'll have local people that's helping our community. Each community gonna get stronger, and it's gonna spread like that. The president thing and all that, I don't know how, they play games with it. And it's already seen that they play games with it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bush bought the election. I don't know tell what Trump did. But I do believe, that locally we can make a difference. And one thing I would like to say is, if you are not on probation or parole, you can't vote.
Yeah. I'm glad that you mentioned that,
Yes,
because under the guidelines, it always says you're 18 years old to vote, and then they got other guidelines. But when it gets down to the felony part, some people really didn't understand that.
Exactly.
I'm glad that I really got educated on it, because I was standing out there doing voter registration at different train stations, different community centers and stuff like that, really educating some of the people. And they was like, well, I was like, did you update your voter registration card? And they was like, oh, I'm a felon. I said, well, you can go down to the Secretary of State's and, be able to talk with some people down there, and you can exercise your right to vote. And they was like, you can do that? I was like, yeah. And they was like, well, I didn't know that. I said, well, I'm glad that I had the opportunity to share this with you, because we don't want no one to go not knowing what's going on, with the judicial system.
Exactly.
So we want to make sure that you know everything that you possibly need to exercise your right to vote, so you can get your rights back to a certain degree. I know that there are more higher charges that they won't allow you to do it, but for the ones that are real tedious and maybe less minor, they'll give you opportunity, to be able to exercise your right to vote and everything.
Definitely. And just right quick, I think it'll be a good thing if anybody out there listening is throwing all these events and stuff, throw an event for ex-offenders, maybe a job fair, but including in the job fair, voting right education. And while you got all of them in one room, you can get them the education, and before they leave, you can get them to register to vote. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think, that'll be something cool to do. And, we got 50 days until the...
50 days to the election.
So it ain't too late, man. We just got to keep pushing the envelope and letting them know that you can vote, and get the process started, And I think it'll be a powerful tipping tool on the scale.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so most definitely let everybody know where they can find you at.
Well, if you're on Instagram, you can hit me up at Fleetwood SF. That's like San Francisco, Fleetwood SF. You can go on my not Instagram, my Hotmail. Hit me up at Fleetwood_189 at hotmail.com. You also can find me on Facebook at Robert Bowden, BOWDEN. We have a new film coming out, Black History Month. It's called Gimme Mines. We just completed some of the soundtrack with Cool Joe Goody on it. We got a song called Till You Do Right, talking to America. Till You Do Right, ain't nothing gonna come of you. That's the second installment of the Cotton Picker film series. My 3 books, Hip Hop Tried to Kill Me, Blood Test, Daddy Was a Mobster. You can find all of them on Amazon.com. And if you in jail right now, or you know somebody that's in jail, they coming home, I established a reentry program 20 years ago. It's called a Homeboy Hotline. We offer resources and housing, any type of support. If you're looking for support groups, getting your record expunged, getting that child support that's going to be compiled on you, and also job readiness. We started in San Francisco 20 years ago. We're in 7 states. So I get calls about, loved ones all the time about to come home. So if y'all looking, if y'all listening, you got somebody about to come home, you want to sure where to get some resources from, go to homeboyhotline.org. And just right quick, just believe this: God is not a merry-go-round. He won't turn on you, so make sure you turn to Him. And believe this: the difference of a wish and a dream is hard work. Ain't nothing in life gonna work unless you do. Cotton pickers, man.
Yes. So this is a great opportunity to have Fleetwood taking time out of his busy schedule to chop it up with me here on Royalty Kings and Queens Radio. Most definitely, we most definitely will have him here on WMQG Radio as well as our network radio, pretty much putting them in rotation so everybody can get the worldwide experience of everything that he's basically talked here today. So most definitely, thank you again.
Thank you, bro.
For your time again.
Thank you, man.
And make sure that y'all guys tune in on all the accolades on that banner there, okay? I ain't gonna go through every single one of them, but it's right there. Make sure y'all follow every single detail, and make sure that y'all check out this interview in its entirety. For once again, we out here.
Peace.